What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel. Today we're talking about the quarterfinals for Euros. We are this far along in the tournament, so let's go. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike. We've been hitting on the Euros each and every day, and today, like I said, is about the quarterfinals. Now, if you are new to this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot. We obviously don't just talk about the Euros. We talk about Chelsea. We talk about the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, you name it. But today, like I said, is about the quarterfinals because we've had some big games in the last couple days. Now, obviously, we need to talk about each and every game we're going to see in the quarterfinals. Now, the first game is going to be with Italy and Belgium up in that top left corner. That by itself is going to be one of the biggest games we have in the quarterfinals due to the fact that we've had some big upsets in the other parts of this bracket. Now, the next game that we have is Spain versus Switzerland. Now, obviously, Switzerland was one of those upset teams that were able to make it out of the round of 16, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them play against Spain. On the other side of the bracket, we have England, who beat Germany today, playing against Ukraine of all teams. Didn't see that one coming. And then the last game that we have down the bottom of the bracket, we have Denmark versus Czech Republic. Now, those are all going to be great games. I'm looking forward to each and every one. We're going to start with Italy versus Belgium and what I think is going to happen in this game. So Italy versus Belgium. Now, again, these are probably the two biggest teams left in the tournament. You could argue that England is one of the other big teams, but again, they're on the opposite side of the bracket. Italy have not given up a single goal in this tournament, and they are looking like maybe favorites in this game. Obviously, Belgium has a massive amount of talent on their side, though they may be having a few injury problems, so we're not too sure if Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, if they're going to be able to play or do a full 90, and that could be a huge factor in this game. Now, again, there are other players on the Belgium team, Lukaku, Thorgan Hazard, Ndidi, just to name a few that can still carry this team past Italy. But again, Italy's defense has been so solid throughout this entire tournament. It's going to be very difficult for Belgium to break down this defense and score a few goals. And Italy by themselves are a well-oiled machine. They have been scoring multiple goals in each and every round. Now, obviously, their first match they had, they did go into extra, but again, they are a team that can really beat any team on any given day, and I see them possibly edging out Belgium in this. Now, that all depends, though, if Belgium is 100%, if they're fully matched, then I think Belgium can easily beat Italy, but I think, like I said, Belgium has too many injuries, and I think Italy will win this game. Now, the next game I want to talk about is Spain versus Switzerland. And this one, I think, is a little bit harder than people realize because obviously Spain is a team that's been riding high and low throughout this tournament. They really struggled in their group, had 2 draws, and got that final win on the last day of their group stage. And I want to say barely won because they definitely beat Croatia, obviously, once they went to 120. But they did go to extra time against Croatia. They had a 2-goal lead and lost it and ended up going into extra time. And I think that may play a huge factor in this game. Now, obviously, Switzerland also went to extra time. So both teams are going to be really fatigued going into this match. But I think Spain by themselves, they're going to be a little more fatigued, I think, because I think the Croatia game was really more difficult for them because Croatia was pressing throughout the entire game. Yes, Spain was able to score 5 goals by the end of the game. But I think Switzerland, I know this may be a shock, I think Switzerland is going to edge them out just barely as well. Because again, I know I've mentioned before, but they are such a tight-knit team that really they can beat any team. They can absorb a lot of attacks. And if Spain can't score a few goals and Italy is able to hit them on a counterattack 1 or 2 times, that could be it, that they can just sit back, have that low block defense, and not allow Spain to score any goals. And that's why I think Switzerland will win this game. Now, on the opposite side, first let's talk about England and let's talk about Ukraine. Now, England, yes, I see them winning. I shouldn't have to really say anything. Ukraine definitely had a huge struggle in their match against Sweden. It looked like a boxing match throughout this entire game. They went into extra It looked like they were going to go PKs, but Ukraine was able to score right at the end. Sweden was down a player, and therefore it wasn't too surprising. It would be more surprising that Sweden been able to hold on to that and go into PKs and won, but that didn't happen. And I think that's going to be a big factor for this Ukraine team because they are all hurting right now. They are all fatigued, and I think they're finally just going to be running on fumes when they play England, which I think is going to be a huge favor for England. Now, not saying England couldn't beat Ukraine on any given day because obviously they could easily do that. They have all the talent they need. It really depends what Southgate wants to do and what his tactics are when he comes out. Now, when they played Germany today, they did a little more defensively, which I don't think it was the right call, but obviously it was the right call because England got the win. But once they brought Jack Grealish on, you can definitely see how he's able to turn this team into a beast. When he came on, he was able to link up with Luke Shaw on that left side, able to put in a few crosses, ended up getting assists to Harry Kane. He's also the one that played to Luke Shaw, who then played across to Sterling. He really opened up defense in Germany. Not saying Germany has the best defense because Jurgen Low was not really a tactical genius in this tournament, so I'm not going to really give any credit to Germany for this. But I'm going to give praise to Jack Grealish again, like I said, because he is such a phenomenal player. He needs to be starting for England if they really want to keep going and beat teams. I think he's got to be the starting guy. Who they're going to bench, I think Sterling has cemented his starting position with scoring 3 goals so far. So then it looks like Sacco is going to be the guy, or Phil Foden. I'm not sure if they're going to bring him back or not, but I think they got to bench one of those guys and put Jack Grealish in that starting 11. Now, the last game we have, this one, like I said, is a really tricky one because Czech Republic versus Denmark are two teams that I did not expect to be this far in the tournament prior to when this tournament started. Obviously, Denmark have a lot of passion going into this, everything that happened to Christian Eriksen. So there's a lot of spirit behind this team, and that can really push them to really beat any team that they want to play in this tournament. And I think they may be able to beat Czech Republic, but I don't want to take anything away from Czech Republic because they are also a team that can beat any team on a given day. They just beat Holland. Yes, there was a red card in that game, but for the first 60 minutes, they didn't let Holland score any goals, and the fact that they were able to win 2-0 against this great team that looks so impressive in the group stage speaks volume for how great this team can actually be. And I think the Czech Republic may be that team that finally ends the run for Denmark. They have a few key players in their midfield, Schick and Souček in the midfield, that I think can really turn up on any given day. And if they're having a good day, I think they're going to beat Denmark. Yes, Denmark does have some great players. Obviously, they have Christensen. I love watching that player. Schmeichel is one of the best goalkeepers in this tournament. But I feel like Czech Republic is going to edge this one out with a 2-1 win over Denmark. I hate to say it. I really want Denmark to win, but I think Czech Republic is going to be the team. And the reason why I think they're going to be the team is because I know they want vengeance back on England, because if they win, they get to play England one more time in the semifinals. And I think Czech Republic can beat England if they play them again, which I also don't like saying, but I think Czech Republic can make it to the final in this tournament on this side of the bracket. So that is all I have for you today. Again, if you haven't, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot, helps the YouTube algorithm, and really just helps grow this channel, and I really appreciate that so much. And that is all I have for you today. Like I said, we were talking about the quarterfinals. Other videos, we talk about Chelsea, talk about the Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, but today was about the Euros. So we'll see you next time.